Utopia. Erroneous and limiting meaning. Summarized definition of the word utopia. Something very desired, but very difficult to achieve. Imagination of an ideal future society that is impossible to make a reality. The word utopia derives from the Greek oi, not, and topos, place, and literally means non-place. All words and meanings have been created by human reasoning, that is, by one's own mind influenced by its memories, fears, and beliefs. A mind that can only make interpretations and assumptions based on past experiences. Rational mankind has created good and evil, the possible and the impossible, when nothing and everything is possible in the universe. Albert Einstein's words: "The world we have created is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our way of thinking." For fear of change and the unknown, something that could be attained is labeled as a utopia, thus creating a barrier that blocks the way to a better yet unknown reality. Social reality is invented and disconnected from the existence that governs life on Earth. Seas, rivers, forests, flora, fauna, and human beings. The word utopia, born in a very distant past, whose sense of ideal/impossible has kept conservative societies stuck in their beliefs and customs, not daring to try to achieve it for fear of the great change, for fear of losing the established, the comfort, and for fear of the unknown. Hence the Spanish proverb, "A known evil is better than an unknown good." The transcendental answer to this saying is, look where having followed these words has led humanity and the planet. The evil you know has led us to the worst. After so many centuries of supposed evolution, today we all begin to suffer the destructive consequences the nonsensical evolution of human beings has on the planet, and all beings who inhabit it. All for having imposed rational limits in their evolution to continue feeding fear, individual and collective selfishness, and for refusing to believe that something better could exist. The word utopia confuses the ideal impossible with the ideal possible real. The difference is that what is possible whether one believes in it or not, and what is not possible is impossible even if one believes the contrary. The change of consciousness is not the change of things. It is like changing the game of cards without physically changing the cards themselves. It is like changing the use of things and not the things themselves. Nowadays, people's consciences are silenced by thousands of distractions, addictions, commitments, fears, etc. Taming the clouds so that it rains in the desert at the request and taste of human beings would be wonderful. But it is not a utopia. It is impossible. To distribute the resources of the planet in an equitable way among all beings who inhabit it, to recover the lost balance and union, watching over the well-being of all human beings, fauna, and flora, is not only a possible reality, but a necessary one. It is only a matter of a change of consciousness, since nothing physical or material has to change in people's lives, apart from the elevation of their consciences, elimination of the unnecessary, the disappearance of economic and social fears, accompanied by the good use of technological advances. For the mind, the new world is a utopia, since the consciences approve of it, desired, but the rational part cannot accept it, impossible to make a reality, for fear of change and the unknown, and to avoid the risk of being wrong, no matter how good that ideal may be. Affluent societies are unwilling to take risks for fear of losing their comfort zone, even while knowing that their values, beliefs, lifestyles are annihilating the future of new generations. And today, such planetary destruction is, without a doubt, a palpable reality. How difficult it is to be a parent in the silence of their conscience, knowing that their children will inherit in the very short term a dark world, or no future at all. The word utopia protects ideologies from the real threat, true reality, that will make them disappear from transcendental understanding. If humankind's powers continue not to allow the birth of the so desired new world for future generations, in union and harmony among all beings, as described in detail in the manuscript of the New World, written from the essences, the political, religious, and power ideologies will last until the extinction of humanity and life on Earth, transforming into other lives where humanity as we know it will be excluded. We can already see and suffer the first symptoms and advanced destructive effects throughout the planet of the supposed evolution of the human being. The more humanity resists to open itself to the great change of consciousness and forge a united and just global society, the more it will suffer, since the fate of mankind now does no longer depend on itself, but on the existence that woke up months ago to recover the lost balance in order to protect all the endangered beings of the planet that are still alive, after hundreds of known species have already disappeared from the Earth because of human activity. The New World, written through We Are, Alain Robledo, is not a utopia. In the same way that some people have already had the courage to share with the world their incredible and real ancestral healings of their supposedly incurable diseases by the hand of We Are, to help us spread the knowledge that belongs to all of us for a better world. Ancestral healing, essence to essence, in union with scientific medicine, as explained in detail in the 4th book, Transcendental Love, Ancestral Healing, is complementary, not alternative. Many other people have already healed themselves through ancestral healing, but prefer not to share it with the world for fear of being rejected, as it cannot be explained rationally, let alone understood from the intellect, since it is a completely different therapy from what is known so far. The complete healing of my own chronic diseases, allergic asthma since my childhood, generalized anxiety, 16 years taking tranquilizers, myopia, is not a utopia, it is a reality. My dear doctors have visited me to understand how transcendental healing has totally healed me and is healing and liberating so many other people. The ancestral healing that we transmit to people ready and willing to be being as healers is not a utopia, it is a reality. At the end of 2021, I published many press releases, mails addressed to medical and scientific associations, nationally and internationally, offering to explain and share the mechanisms of ancestral healing, which is based on communicating with the patient's essence to apply the correct treatment for total healing and liberation. Who better than the patient's own vital energy, essence, to know what is wrong and what treatment is needed? After so many requests at every level, I have never received any answer nor any sign of interest. Ancestral healing is complementary to the much-needed scientific medicine that treats symptoms and repairs damaged muscles, organs, and bones. The knowledge of a surgeon is indispensable. I offered on several occasions to give free treatment to 5 children with serious incurable diseases, cerebral palsy, blindness, and to a child in the terminal stage of cancer. But their parents preferred not to accept my proposal because they did not trust ancestral healing. I still don't understand it. The New World already exists at the Beingist International Center in Ortunas, Spain, far from all religions and beliefs, where people are liberated or trained as a Beingist ancestral healing after a deep online preparation, so they can live free, in peace, and healthy. Normally, you can only participate in a program or treatment once. AtelTrainer's mission is to open transcendental and veterinary clinics all over the world, in close union between scientific medicine and ancestral healing. The rational mind can only believe what it can touch and see, and justify scientifically. Hence the need to have invented the word Utopia, to close the door to what is not interesting to understand, closing the door to the true evolution of humanity that goes hand in hand with the evolution and union of the planet and all her beings. To make the supposed utopia of the New World become a reality more easily and quickly, to avoid greater suffering, all that is required is a change of individual and collective consciousness. Unfortunately, most people only change after returning from a long illness, from a coma, having felt the breath of death on their necks, and being able to tell the tale. What is happening now in the world is precisely the beginning of the agony of society by the hand of crises, wars, diseases, climatic changes, desperate migratory exoduses, growing global disinterest in the economic and social system, whose main process is also triggered by existence, nature itself. We are already seeing and beginning to seriously suffer the consequences of a forced change, which is happening for having gone against life itself. The New World is as real as the fact that there is food, water, air, home, union, etc. for all beings on the planet. It is only a matter of elevation of consciousness and transcendental knowledge, to manage and distribute fairly the resources that nature offers us all for free and equally, in harmony with the all. To live all beings free, united, healthy, and eagerly, having their basic needs guaranteed, feeling at home in the world without borders, is not a utopia, It is a reality that existence forces us to embrace for the good of all. The new world is not about going back to the past. It is about bringing the positive experience of the past into the future, supported by the good use of new technologies for a well-communicated, united, happy, and peaceful world. The inspiration of all my writings, books, and works has been possible because I have been living for many years isolated from everything and in the silence of the Valley of Ortunas, embraced by what cannot be seen, only felt. Being far from the known spirituality, religions, sects, beliefs, alternative therapies, politics, family and friends, to reunite with the world from the beingest unity and deepest harmony. Thank you for supporting us. The future generations and the planet need you more than ever. Transcendental love hug to you. We are Alain Tello Robledo, Beingist, and AtelTrainer's team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.